Nancy Kulp kept this hidden while filming Beverly Hillbillies. Nancy Kulp was a talented actress best known for her iconic role as Jane Hathaway on the classic 1960s sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies. Born on August 28, 1921, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Kulp grew up in a well-educated and ambitious family. Her father was a school principal, and her mother worked as a teacher and a journalist, setting the stage for Nancy's own intellectual pursuits. She attended Florida State College for Women, now Florida State University, where she earned a degree in journalism and pursued a career as a writer before transitioning into acting. After graduating, Kulp moved to Miami, where she worked as a feature writer for the Miami Beach Tropics newspaper, showcasing her strong communication skills and early interest in the entertainment industry. Her education and early career experiences contributed to her poised, articulate, and intellectual on-screen presence, which would later define her best-known roles. In the early 1950s, Kulp took a major career shift by entering the world of entertainment. She moved to Hollywood with the encouragement of her husband, Charles M. Dacus, a former Navy officer she had married in 1951. Her career in acting began with small but memorable film roles, often in comedies or dramas where her distinctive personality shone through. Some of her early roles included appearances in Shane, 1953, and Sabrina, 1954. Where her ability to portray eccentric or quirky characters caught the attention of directors and producers. However, it wasn't until the 1960s that Kulp truly made her mark on television history. Her big break came when she was cast as Miss Jane Hathaway, the prim, proper, and hilariously loyal secretary to Mr. Drysdale, the greedy banker in the Beverly Hillbillies. Kulp's portrayal of Hathaway was an unforgettable combination of comedic timing, sharp intelligence, and underlying sweetness. Her character's unrequited love for Jethro, played by Max Baer Jr., became one of the show's running gags. Kulp brought a sense of dignity to the role, portraying Jane as competent and professional, yet subtly vulnerable. Her performance was so beloved that it earned her an Emmy Award nomination in 1967 for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Off-screen, Kulp was known for her wit, intelligence, and passion for various causes. She had a diverse range of interests outside of acting, including education, environmentalism, and politics. After the Beverly Hillbillies ended, she shifted her focus from acting to public service, demonstrating her commitment to making a difference beyond the entertainment world. In the 1980s, she ran for a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives in Pennsylvania as a Democratic candidate, although her campaign was ultimately unsuccessful. Nevertheless, her courage in stepping into the political arena was admired by many, as she sought to use her platform for positive change. Kulp's later years were spent away from the Hollywood spotlight, though she occasionally made guest appearances on television and in movies. She also dedicated time to teaching, becoming an acting instructor at Juniata College in Pennsylvania, where she continued to inspire young performers with her extensive industry knowledge and experience. Her passion for education and helping others reflected her belief in using her talents to contribute to the greater good. In 1991, Nancy Kulp passed away at the age of 69 after a battle with cancer, leaving behind a legacy of humor, intelligence, and compassion. Kulp's contributions to television, as well as her pioneering role as a politically active celebrity, remain an important part of her legacy. She was one of the few actresses in her era who successfully bridged the gap between entertainment and politics, showing that celebrities could use their influence for more than just personal gain. She was also an inspiration for many women, proving that it was possible to succeed in multiple fields, from journalism to acting to politics, at a time when women were often expected to remain in more traditional roles. As an actress, Nancy Kulp's most notable contribution was her ability to create characters who were intelligent, quirky, and memorable, often defying the conventional female stereotypes of her time. Jane Hathaway, in particular, was a rare example of a strong, independent, and competent female character in a male-dominated world, making her a role model for many viewers. Kulp's sharp wit and deadpan delivery made her a standout on the Beverly Hillbillies, and her work continues to be appreciated by fans of classic television. Nancy Kulp, best known for her portrayal of Miss Jane Hathaway on the classic TV sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies, carried a secret throughout her time on the show that few people knew. While her character, the prim and proper secretary of the wealthy banker Mr. Drysdale, was often the subject of comedic scenes involving her unrequited affection for Jethro Bodini, played by Max Baer Jr., Kulp's real-life personality and private life were markedly different from the one she projected on-screen. Behind the scenes, Kulp was a deeply private individual who kept her personal life away from the public eye, a decision influenced by the societal norms and pressures of the time. One of the biggest aspects of her life that she kept hidden was her sexual orientation. In an era when being openly gay could have serious personal and professional repercussions, especially in Hollywood, Kulp lived a quiet and discreet life, never publicly acknowledging her sexuality during her career. Hollywood in the 1960s was not a welcoming environment for LGBTQ+ individuals, and many stars were forced to keep their true identities concealed to avoid the risk of being ostracized or having their careers damaged. Kulp's decision to keep her personal life private extended beyond her sexual orientation. She was also known for her intellectual pursuits and academic background, which stood in contrast to the ditzy, comedic roles she often played. Before becoming an actress, Kulp earned a degree in journalism and even pursued graduate studies at the University of Miami. She briefly worked as a journalist and publicist before her acting career took off, and these scholarly interests remained a significant, if hidden, part of her life. Her time on the Beverly Hillbillies also saw her navigating a complex relationship with some of her co-stars. It was well documented that she did not get along with Buddy Ebsen, who played Jed Clampett. Their political differences played a role in this friction, as Kulp was a staunch liberal, while Ebsen leaned conservative. This tension became more evident years after the show ended when Kulp ran for Congress in 1984 as a Democratic candidate. Ebsen publicly opposed her campaign, going as far as to record a radio ad supporting her opponent. Despite their on-screen camaraderie, this behind-the-scenes conflict revealed the contrasting personas of the actors when the cameras weren't rolling. In her later years, Kulp became more open about her life, particularly after her Hollywood career had slowed down. During an interview in the late 1980s with journalist Bose Hadla, Kulp finally acknowledged her sexuality when Hadla asked her about it. Though still cautious, she responded with a cryptic but revealing statement, saying, "As long as you reproduce my answer accurately, it will be perfectly fine." This was a rare moment of vulnerability for Kulp, who had spent much of her life shielding her personal identity from the public to maintain her career. Kulp's story is one of quiet resilience. She carved out a successful career in Hollywood at a time when the industry was not kind to women who defied conventional norms or who didn't fit the mold of the glamorous starlet. As a character actress with an intellectual background and a private personal life, Kulp defied expectations and thrived in an industry where authenticity often took a backseat to image. Her role as Miss Jane Hathaway on the Beverly Hillbillies remains iconic, but her legacy is also one of quiet dignity, professionalism, and the determination to live life on her own terms, even when societal pressures demanded otherwise. Her ability to keep these aspects of her life hidden while maintaining her career speaks to the challenges faced by many actors of her generation, who navigated a delicate balance between personal truth and professional survival. Kulp, a cigarette smoker, was diagnosed with cancer in 1990 and received chemotherapy. By 1991 the cancer had spread, and she died on February 3, 1991, aged 69, in Palm Desert, California. Her remains are interred at Westminster Presbyterian Cemetery in Mifflintown, Pennsylvania.